Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the week of August 2nd. Cancer, we're going to just jump right in here. And, sorry, let me just get one more good shuffle, not like a Butterfingers shuffle on this right here, Cancer. And then we're going to see what is coming up for you. We're going to take a look at your current general energies in this first row. We're going to look at anything unexpected in your second row. And in your last row, we're going to look at any messages from your guides. We're also going to pull 3 yes or no question cards at the end. And I will give you time to think about your questions. If you don't have any questions, that's fine too. I'm going to put them all together as kind of like a personal-ish reading here, Cancer. But Cancer, let's see here. What's going on? There we go. Cancer, very interesting. You have the moth spirit and the butterfly spirit showing up here. So clearly going through some sort of transformation here, Cancer. I like where this is going. I think all your readings lately have been of you kind of undergoing a transformation. It's very interesting to me that you have the flow card with the Empress with the Tower. The Empress, believe it or not, is tied to the Tower. She has a this waterfall behind her here on the card, and the waterfall represents chaotic force, represents like chaotic energy, kind of represents that things can change very, very quickly for the better or for the worst, right? And you have that flow card. It's kind of like the waterfalls flow. So we're gonna have to dig into this. I actually feel like this is a good thing, not a bad thing. And again, this last row is just advice from your guides. It's not really meant to be positive or negative. But you have the moth spirit here. This card, I feel like it's talking about trusting your senses for whatever reason with this energy. Let's see. You have the 6 of Pentacles, the Fool, and the 10 of Wands here. I feel like you need to trust your... what is changing is where you invest your energy, is what I would say to you, Cancer. The 6 of Pentacles, it's like he is deciding who to give the Pentacles to on this card. 6 of Pentacles can represent equal give and take, but to me, it can also say that you're making the decision as to where you are putting your energy. He's giving to one person, he's not giving to the other. So for a lot of you, I feel that what is changing here for some of you is like where you put your energy, where you put your time, effort, and energy with the 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands is kind of like a card of responsibilities, but he's being burdened by the responsibilities that he has on this card. I see a lot of you, 6 of Swords here, kind of releasing some burdens. I feel like you are deciding like which responsibilities you're willing to accept in your life and which ones you're not willing to accept in your life with that 10 of Wands. And that is what's changing. You know, again, you even have this like new beginning with the Fool, but I feel like what the Fool is, I just really kind of feel with the Fool that it's just simply saying you're ready. You are ready to release some burdens. You are ready to release some of these things that have been weighing on you for a very long period of time. For some of you, it's kind of like I feel like the opposite is what I feel here. It's kind of like a weird message that I'm getting here. It's almost like this is saying to me that maybe there are some burdens in your life that are, it's like these burdens are other people's responsibilities. I feel like by accepting other people's responsibilities, it's like creating a burden. And thinking about doing whatever it is that you're, for these people is a burden. And it's like a burden on a burden. And then, like, I feel like thinking about releasing the burden is a burden as well. But it's like once you do it, you're going to feel really good. What the hell does that mean, Cancer? What I mean is, like, I feel like there could be certain responsibilities. Like, maybe you're doing your boss's job. Maybe your manager can't do their job and you're doing it. But it's like once you say no, I feel like you're going to feel so much better. It's almost like the thought of something is more of a burden than actually doing it. So what I would say here is I feel like you could be something you're thinking about. It's like you're making a bigger deal out of it than it needs to be. So I'd say don't make, mountains out of molehills here with this energy. Let's see. You have the Moon here. Yeah, like I said, fearing making the change. You have the 10 of Pentacles. You're leaping towards a lot of happiness. Like I said, this is kind of a silly row. And you have the Emperor. Love it. Emperor and Empress, same row. Definitely a divine counterpart. Some of you could be like a power couple. We'll talk about that in a minute. Really, I feel like this first row is kind of, like I said, silly. I feel like it's just saying that, like, look, taking the leap of faith is going to lead to the 10 of Pentacles, like happiness, success. 10 of Pentacles is everything you desire to have in your life. It is everything you want. So I feel that for a lot of you, It's like if you're trying to make a decision if you are agonizing over a decision, I really just feel like this first row is saying, once you make the decision, you're going to feel a million times better. So whatever you're second guessing, whatever you're thinking about, I feel like the result is going to be the opposite of what you're thinking it's going to be. And so, I can think of a million things where it's like I've told myself stories or, whatever, where I've like been thinking about doing something. And then when I go and do it, I find that like it wasn't a big deal. I even remember like a few years ago, I was thinking about renting a place out, and then something happened. I don't even remember, and I couldn't afford to rent this place out. And then I went and told the person, like I was like worrying about it, I was agonizing about it because I had like signed paperwork and like all this other stuff, Cancer. And it's like once I did it, once I told the person, they were like, oh, I really didn't want to sell it anyway. It's like I made this huge big deal out of something where the person was like, oh, thank God, they were happy as well. I get a situation like that for you here, where it's like you could be agonizing about a decision or whatever, and then I think once you go and make the decision or tell the person whatever you're going to tell them, if this is involving another person, it's just going to be like nothing. So I feel like, I don't know, that might sound silly, like I said, but I feel like that's important for one of you. For others, I feel like there's a lot of happiness coming in. Again, I feel like this is going to develop as we move through here. Next, you have the butterfly spirit. Says transformation is beautiful. You have the moth to the butterfly, clearly undergoing a significant transformation. This is the area of the unexpected, by the way, Cancer. So as far as the unexpected is concerned, you have the Queen of Wands, the Strength card, and the Six of Swords. Divine counterparts as well. Queen and King of Swords, or of Wands, sorry, and then the Emperor and the Empress, which is like a power couple. For those of you looking for love, what is unexpected is there could be someone, I feel, who is like crossing your path. Kind of interesting. I feel like I almost see something like sliding in to my awareness here, Cancer. So I don't know. I feel like for some of you, it's like a person could be kind of like entering into your awareness. You become aware of a person. Whenever I get like a message like that, to me, that would represent like maybe you meet a new person at work. Like maybe someone gets hired at work all of a sudden, and it's like a new person, and that could be the person you fall in love with. Maybe someone joins your social group, and that's how you could be meeting a person here. But I feel like someone is like sliding in here, and that could be unexpected. For others, I feel like this is you, Cancer. Again, I feel like what is unexpected, really, even though love shows up here, I feel like the bigger picture is you. I feel this is the energy that you're embracing. Queen of Wands is like, she is a card of needing to be bold, needing to be assertive, really needing to go for something, needing to make something happen. And you have the Strength card. That is you being seen as being strong. I always say, who in their right mind would stick their hands in a lion's mouth? The answer is nobody. So it is a card that represents a display of strength. And you have the Six of Swords, which is like moving forward. I feel like what's unexpected is that you are going to be being seen as bold, assertive, and strong. I really feel like you're kind of stepping into your power here. And even with the Empress, it's kind of like you are empowering yourself with that Empress energy, or you are kind of like becoming empowered with that Empress energy. So I get like a major empowerment energy here, Cancer, with this, with these cards. Let's see where this is going. You have the Nine of Pentacles, pre-Empress energy. I like this. This is your glow up, Cancer. Plain and simple. This is like a glow up reading, and I feel that you are becoming empowered. You have the King of Swords. It's funny that I said King of Swords, didn't I, when I was like going here? So I feel King of Swords is kind of like you are being looked at as having the answers in a situation, I feel, for some of you. So I like that. And you have the Nine of Wands as well. I feel for some of you, this is like saying don't give up. But really, I feel like what's unexpected for you is that you're kind of entering into this very bold, powerful position. King of Swords is also law and order. So I feel like what could be unexpected is that there could be some fairness that is shown to you, especially Six of Pentacles to the King of Swords. It's like if you're involved in a legal situation, if you're involved in any type of situation, this looks like either justice or fairness that is coming in for you here, Cancer. And I feel like it'll be very good for you. I feel like you'll be happy about this justice, about this fairness that could be coming in here. So I definitely do like where this is going for you. I feel like there's kind of like, something is being shown to you as well here, Cancer. It keeps popping into my head, but there's no clarity, so we're just going to pull an extra row here and say, what unexpected thing is being shown to Cancer? You have the Queen of Cups, you showing up here. Again, it could just be that you're being empowered. You have the Hermit here, results. Hermit has climbed to the top of a mountain. He's shining his inner light. And you have the Knight of Pentacles here as well. Knight of Pentacles is a lot of progress. For a lot of you, I feel like that's what could be changing, is like all of a sudden you're making a lot of progress in life, but you're also seeing it like with your eyes. So I feel like maybe you're being made aware of the progress that you have made, which could be a good thing here, Cancer. So I like it. Next, in the area of your messages from your guides, you have the flow card here. This card kind of does say go with the flow, but I also intuitively feel that it's kind of tied into this Empress energy. The Empress, again, represents like chaotic force. There's the waterfall behind her. You have the Tower. So I feel for some of you, it's kind of like the whole with great power comes great responsibility thing. So if you're gaining a bunch of power, which it does look like, either you're being empowered or you're getting into this good position, I feel like this is asking you to kind of like stay responsible, or at least your guides are. I don't think you wouldn't, Cancer, but I'm just saying. You have the Empress, the Tower, and the King of Wands. This could be a surprise that, maybe people are finding you very attractive. So you could be attracting a person into your life intuitively. I feel that, especially in this row with the Emperor, it's like you could be attracting a person in love, and that would be good. For others, I feel that there is a lot of abundance coming in for you here. So if you're looking to like improve your finances, I feel like there could be like a lot more abundance coming in for you. I do feel like it's kind of attached to this row here. So again, it could be like a little bit unexpected that you're attracting some abundance into your life. It's because it's like, I feel here with this Ten of Wands, it's almost like let me just back up a little bit, Cancer. The abundance that's coming in, I feel, is for work that you have done already with the Ten of Wands and the Emperor here. It's almost like some of you, the fairness you could be getting with this King of Swords is like maybe you did a bunch of work maybe in the past that you didn't get paid for. I get this weird story about you getting money for work that you've done in the past. So maybe you didn't get paid for work that you did, and now you're getting paid. For others, I feel like this could be more passively. It's like maybe you did work for a client. I have a weird story popping into my head, Cancer. I just have to say it. It's like I have a story from someone. It could be for one of you, and just only one of you, where it's like you did work for a client, you didn't get paid, and now you're getting paid. But it's like it could be coming from another source. Like let's say you didn't get paid. Maybe you're getting a new client who's willing to pay you twice as much. So it's kind of like the universe is saying that it hasn't forgotten about the work that you've done. Again, like I said, I do feel like that story is true for all of you, but it could be showing up in another area of your life. It's like maybe you were in a relationship in the past, you put in a lot of work, and you didn't get the work back. Like there was no fairness coming back towards you here, Cancer. For a lot of you, I feel your guides and your ancestors, everything are like saying here, hey, you're about to get paid for the work that you put into something in the past. Could be a relationship, a business, could literally be you getting paid. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. But I feel like you need to realize that you're about to get paid here. For others, I do feel your guides want you to understand that you're going through a change here, and we'll dig into that in just a second. Again, the King of Wands, I feel, is just kind of talking about this bold, assertive energy. You have the Hangman here with the Empress. Could be a Pisces coming in for some of you. You have the Tower with the Tower. Basically, the universe saying I meant what I said. And you have the Devil. I would definitely be careful of anyone toxic from the past here. This could be like a little bit of a warning from your guides. And they're just saying like, hey, avoid anything that is toxic from your life because, toxic things could be holding you back or could be preventing you from moving forward here with this energy. This would kind of be like freedom, though. For a lot of you, I feel like you could be being set free from a toxic situation, which would be good. I think the most important thing here is that you stay empowered with the Queen of Wands here and the Empress. It's like I feel this reading is like saying, and again, it doesn't matter what gender you are. This is just the energy that you're embracing. And I feel like it's saying, be bold, be assertive, go for the things you want. We're going to pull 3 yes or no question cards here, Cancer. 1, 2, and 3. Feel free to pause this reading if you need time to think of your questions. I'm going to put them all together as well. For question number 1, you have the 5 of Pentacles. I would say no, plain and simple. It's like being left out in the cold. For question number 2, I would say yes, I think you trust your intuition on something here. I feel that intuitively you have a choice on a change that you're going to be making. I do feel this is like maybe this right here, this warning is like saying avoid toxic people, but I also feel like it's saying that a change you're making, it is going to require like a little bit of force here. Like I was saying on the Empress, I'm kind of getting that with the Queen of Wands and the Empress. It's like the Queen of Wands, there is a little bit of uncertainty with the Queen of Wands. It's like she does represent success, and there's a lot of success that goes along with the Queen of Wands, but there's also a little bit of uncertainty, so I do feel like some of you are going to have to kind of be bold here. And finally, you have the King of Pentacles as card number 3, so I would say yes, for sure. It's almost like you're moving towards more security in your life. I feel like you're moving towards more kind of, just bigger and better things. Again, clearly, you're going through major transformation. I feel like your last 3 readings have been about a major transformation. Tower twice. It's like Tower can be scary, but again, it's just coming up in the area of advice from your guides. I feel like they're saying, it's almost like they're saying it's time to rebuild. It's time to build your tower back up. The tower's fallen. Now it's time to put the work in to rebuild it. But this is a really good reading here, Cancer. So thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. Also, feel free to like and subscribe. Really appreciate the support, Cancer. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.